Is this thing on? Listen! How's it going, YouTube? It's been a moment. This is an interesting video because I have a topic I kind of want to chat about, but I've also been away for a while. All 67 of you. Y'all are the greatest. This channel has put up 4 or 5 videos, and we already passed 50 subscribers. And I know that sounds like a small feat, but for me, that's a big feat. And I just really appreciate y'all for all the goodwill you're bringing in the comments and that sort of thing. It's been interesting to have a video hit almost 10,000 views. And not that that's super huge, again, but for me, I feel like it was a cool thing. And all of y'all here for that sort of content. That's what we do. I just wanted to thank y'all again for all the views and all the comments, likes, and everything. Y'all are doing great. That obviously means I'm doing something right. I'm also getting a little bit of hate, which is awesome because that means I'm really doing something right. I'm poking the bear. I'm poking the bear. So I've been away for a little bit. Last couple weeks have been basically me playing catch up. I went on a cruise that we had planned before COVID that we didn't get to go on, and we rescheduled it for spring break. And I also got engaged. So any of y'all that congratulated me over the engagement, I definitely appreciate it. So this is just more of an update video, but also it includes a topic that I've wanted to speak about. And if y'all can, make sure you like down below, continue to subscribe, to continue to place them comments and just let me know what you think. It helps. You're truly showing what what doing that to the algorithm does, like how the algorithm actually works. If y'all interact, it makes a big difference. So on the road to 1,000. We're at 67 last time I checked, which is cool. On the road to 1,000. And let's kind of get into our topic here. I basically for this video, there wasn't any sort of core thing, so it'll be mostly discussing the one topic, but it's a pretty broad topic. And I just kind of played through on my Strat here because that's our topic. The Strat. Is it the perfect guitar? We'll see. So just to kind of chat for a second about Stratocasters, everyone knows this guitar. And I do have an answer to that question. But what I want to do is I want to save that for the end. I kind of want to discuss the Stratocaster and why that popped into my head as a topic. So this Stratocaster, to tell you about my experience, I've had so many. I currently own 3. So if that tells you I have a little bit of bias for the Stratocaster, but this is the one that gets played. This is the one that I always seem to go back to. And it is a Fender. It's a 2014, I think. It's always hard for me to remember which series this came out of. But it was called the Fender American Professional. And what that really entails is a Fender Strat, as you would typically know it, with modern features. That was the whole point in this guitar, is for it to look like a Strat, look like an old vintagey Strat, and have some modern appointments. So the things about this guitar that are vintagey was the steel saddles on the bridge, which you can see I've changed. So we'll talk about that. The pickups are Texas Specials, which are a very Stevie Ray Vaughan-esque pickup, a little bit hotter. That would be the only thing I would say as far as modern, is they're a little bit hotter. So really, it's kind of your standard Fender stuff. The neck radius is a 9.5, a little more traditional, which we're seeing it on more modern stuff because it's not as radiused as the 7.5, but still has an effect. That is still a thing. 70s headstock. And this one I've changed to the Fender locking tuners that are kind of Schaller like. And that's kind of the normal thing. So alder body, maple neck with a rosewood fretboard. The modern appointments. The main modern appointment that was given to this guitar was the frets. They are jumbo frets. They're big frets. 22 frets, which is good. And the reason I got this guitar is because I wanted a Sonic Blue Strat with a rosewood fretboard. That was the primary reason. It was a great price, and that was it. And it's been the workhorse ever since. It's got some love on it. Also, too, it's got a Grease Monkey tone pot down here. I think that's what they call it. Grease Monkey. It connects to the bridge. And the best way for me to explain it is it rolls off some highs without losing volume. And sometimes you'll, wire up a tone knob to your bridge pickup on a Strat, and it'll do the same thing. It'll roll off the highs, but it'll kind of take away some punch. And this pot doesn't. So I think that's the main thing. So you can kind of get some humbucker sounds, or P90-ish sounds, which I do love. Because sometimes a Strat bridge can be very brittle. So this one's my Strat. And is it the perfect guitar? No, because obviously I had to change some things. But I still think the overall question has not been answered just because I had to change some things on this one. I put some Graphtec saddles down here. I was breaking strings left and right. You can see this is a 6-point vintage bridge. I was not using the bridge. I wasn't using the tremolo. And I was breaking strings left and right, and it was mostly my B and E. And so I tried out these Graphtec saddles, and one, the sound changed a little bit, but I liked it. And they're smoother, which I like. But also, too, I stopped breaking strings. And on my other guitars, I don't break strings. So it's very discouraging when you're playing a guitar and a string breaks. But when it does it historically, like for the life that you've had the guitar, something's wrong. So I don't know if it was the saddles that was popping. I feel like it was the bass where the string came through the saddle. That's what I think it was. There was some sort of sharp bit or something that was happening. I do a lot of bending. But yeah, so, and then of course I changed the tuners. I wouldn't say there was anything wrong with the tuners though. They were good. I just wanted locking tuners. Easy string changes. But yeah, that's about it. It's a very OG sort of axe. It's not super flashy, but the Strat itself isn't the perfect guitar. I already told you this one wasn't. So. broad question gets broad answer is what's happening. Is the Stratocaster the perfect guitar? The guitar that does what you need it to is the perfect guitar. So this could be interpreted in multiple ways. And I'm doing that on purpose because I don't think anybody's application of these instruments is going to be the same. So the guitar that is going to check all your boxes of everything you need is the perfect guitar. Essentially, that's the way I look at it. So there are musicians that play a bunch of different styles, but there are musicians that play just a few styles. And I'm going to give you an example because if I was just one style of player, this Stratocaster would be the perfect guitar for me, and I would not need another one. So I use this a lot in one of my bands called J.A.M. And that is essentially like a rock funk jam band sort of thing. And I'm the only guitar player. Now that project can get very rocky, it can get very distorted and mean, but also it's a very precise, funky fun band. And I don't have as much fun with my humbucker guitars playing that sort of stuff. This one does it better. Strats just do that thing better. We get heavier sometimes, and the single coils I typically lean away from in that sort of thing. But in that band, I'm the only guitar player. So it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not fighting any other sounds. I don't have to compromise on tone. I don't have to compromise on frequency. Nothing. I don't have to fight for my place in the mix. I'm just in the mix. So with that being said, this guitar is perfect for that. Blues, this guitar is perfect for that. Even country, I'm using this in my country band, and it's nailing it. It's doing the job. I've had this guitar for a very long time, and so I think I bought it a year after it was new because I bought it secondhand. And it did not work in my modern rock group. We were kind of a hard rock band. It's the Nature of Rebel Minds. If you want to go check out all that stuff, it'll be below. But also, too, the J.A.M. stuff is below, too. But also, too, that project was pretty heavy. It was pretty rock solid. And we had two guitar players. And I would say that me and Nick both were very dominating guitar players, meaning that we forced ourselves into the sound and were very dominating of the sound, very riffy. Best thing to do was be louder, to be harder, to hit some different frequencies. And my humbucker stuff was all I wanted to play for that project. But I don't really like it in the funk stuff, of course. So, like, this Strat is the perfect guitar for a couple projects, but not everything. It's just not. That doesn't mean your Strat can't be. There's a lot of things that I could do to this Strat to change that. But I particularly like the sound of the single coil with the roll off. I've thought about changing it multiple times, and I like the way it sounds. I don't want to mess things up. There's guitars that could probably cover everything. When we talk about PRSs or, you know, even some of the stuff Fender and Gibson both are putting out. Sure guitars are known for that sort of thing. Very versatile. I've always been an application man when it comes to my guitars. I didn't really think about the guitar that did it all. I thought about the guitar that did the job. Even if it only does one thing, great. I love the one thing it did. I don't want to sound like too arrogant or anything, but I don't really settle for good. I want to love the instrument I'm playing, period. Now, I do want to finish this discussion by saying this is the second time I've owned this guitar. I was favoring my humbucker guitars. I was favoring my SG and my Jackson. And I bought a Gibson standard SG from the other guitarist in our band that I just mentioned, Nick. Go check his channel out. I'll link it in the description below as well. But I bought an SG off of him, and I played it, and it sounded very great. It was very sterile, though. It just seemed so generic. And it played great. It sounded great. I've got some video of it on my Instagram page still. I listed that SG up for sale, and he messaged me and said, "Want your Strat back?" And I said, "Yes, I do. Even trade?" And he said, "Yes, sir." And it was done. So I traded that SG to have this thing back. And it was a regret. I shouldn't have got rid of this one. Fits me, so I'll keep it around as long as I can. I think you should answer it. I've given you my thoughts on it and how I kind of think about instruments, but I want to hear from you down below. Is the Stratocaster the greatest guitar ever made, the most versatile, the best guitar? I think it's up for debate, and I think it holds its own in history. If you're looking to learn how to play guitar, to do it, feel free to hit me up. It's email official Austin Blakley at gmail.com, and you can find that link below to email me directly, and we'll set you up with the time. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook, and we can set you up a scheduled time for lessons. Been thinking about doing a video lesson series, so y'all, let me know if y'all would enjoy that. Remember to like this video. It helps the algorithm. Comment down below with your answers as to if the Stratocaster, not this Stratocaster, but the Stratocaster guitar, is it the greatest guitar? Remember to subscribe down below. I think it's down below these days, ain't it? Ain't it, Jerry? Hopefully we can hit that 1,000 here soon. Again, much thanks while I've been away and idle for the moment. It's been real fun. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Gotta love it when your camera dies, huh? Anyways, what I was trying to say is I hope y'all have a great weekend. Have a great day, even. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Doses.